Hey folks, Quill18 here, and we are back with another episode of Let's Play Motorsport Manager. Wait, Max Porter is up to 6th? Holy cow! I don't think I realized that. Last time I remember seeing him, he was 8th, but good for him. Motorsport Manager, something, Underdog, Challenge, something, Predator Group. We got 2 races left to this season. We got Black Sea, which used to be the end of the season, but then the European Racing League is going to Vancouver because, reasons. I don't know. Australia's in Eurovision. Shut up. This makes total sense. Yeah, I think we're going to go right to the race at this point. We'll double check our parts because I don't think we've developed any more real parts. We've developed some illegal parts to carry some stats over. You and you, you and you. You got the best engine in the league right now, which is great. Those are all there. Those are all illegal parts. Boom, badoom, badoom. All right, 26 laps. If we do 26 times 40%, we do get to 10.4, so they should be 11 lap stints. Tire wear is very high. Okay, so we probably won't be able to do everything on the softest. We'll see how it goes. Rain is predicted on race day, heavy rain specifically, so we'll see how that is. We are hoping for a third or better. I mean, again, we might be able to do a second or better, and it's certainly worth a little bit more cash, but for 100,000, I don't think it's worth the risk. This gives us a much bigger safety margin. Parts are fithead. Gonna be cool-ish both days, but again with the rain. So what we'll probably do is we'll practice in the softest compound because we might be able to sneak in a stint of that. We don't know because we don't really know what the weather is going to be on the day of. I think even with Forecasting Center, we can't get the specificals as is. I think it's just going to affect how far ahead we can see on race day. But actually, I don't know. I haven't done it before. I haven't actually had a functional forecasting center in this game yet. And we still don't because it's under construction, I think. Yeah, something like that. I really love this way this looks. I like this, swoopy thing. Never did figure out what it was. Is it a sound barrier? It would sort of make sense to break up the sound there or something. It might be just a cool backdrop for, a concert area. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, Max Porter and Jesper over here. Car setup. Yeah, we're going to put them both on the softest. Even though, excuse me, even though the 15% performance improvement doesn't mean as much in the softest, except really in that final thing, but I think it still makes the most amount of sense. We'll give you a little bit more downforce. We'll stiffen up your handling a little bit, and we'll really short up the gears quite a lot and see where that leaves us. And then for Martin, do they want exact opposite handlings? Wow. Yeah, of course, different cars, different drivers have different preferences and things like that. But it makes me think that it's very likely if the handling sweet spot is actually sort of in the middle-ish of the bar over here, and that we actually might be close to perfect kind of handling right from the start. We'll see. They can't both be right. Those are pretty extreme differences. Hell, the speed balance is considered fairly different as well. What a weird. I don't think we've ever seen something that extreme before. Send out. Go, go, go. Send out. Go, go, go. All right. Speed 12, bring in, bring in. Let's see who is most correct. And coming in now. Well, the handling is considered great over here. And that's what I kind of expect. I actually wouldn't be surprised if both of them end up with kind of a great handling from the start. Downforce, we need substantially more. We'll do something like that. Speed balance is way out of whack. Although, here's the thing. I'm wondering if it might be over here, because that's where the other speed handling thing is. I'm going to do that. Maybe it'll turn out to very poor, and then we'll know for sure it should be over on the right, but let's see. And then the handling I won't worry about messing with right now, because if this actually turns out to be another great, then actually we have a pretty good information. If it turns out to be good, we also have good information about where we're going to go, so that's going to be all right. And then over here, double greats, handling is not so much, although we're at 89 overall, which isn't bad. We'll add a fair bit more downforce. We'll stiffen the suspension somewhat. Do something like this. Maybe something like this. There we go. And see what that does for us. All right. Send you out again and go. Whee! Bring in. Bring in. All right. Martin's going to be up in quite a bit sooner. Fewer modifications, I think. Great, good, great. 92%. Okay, that's very nice to see. So we were poor. We're now great. I'll give you a scooch more downforce. The handling was great and went down to good. So we know that the handling needs to be on the left side of the previous amount. The speed balance was poor, is now great. I think I'm going to send you out like this, and actually this will probably be your last stint. I realize we're not getting ourselves to a position where we're going to improve necessarily on the speed thing, but I think that's going to be okay. Ooh, we got at least one excellent there. I think exactly one excellent. 95% overall. Is it great, excellent, great? Ooh, only good on the speed balance. It was great. Okay, so you want yours a little bit longer. Okay, so that's slightly to the right of what it was before, which seems okay. I might give a tiny little tweak to the downforce just to see where that ends up with us. Like, just the barest amount. Yeah, something like that. I don't want to move too many other things, but you're going to be staying out for the rest. If we screw things up, well, we're still at a 95, which is going to be fine. So, Porter, you can be out for the rest. Martin, you can probably be out, but I'll bring you in one more time just to see what we can end up with over here. And a great, excellent, great. What's your total number? 95. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just give a little flick, tweak some of the downforce, and I don't know. I'll do a little something like this just to see where we end up with. See if it goes up to a 96. But otherwise, if we're on only a 95, I'm not going to complain. You can stay out for the rest. Okay. So this is a big deal race because if we manage to do really well, and more importantly, if Sylvia does not do very well, we could be locked in for a first place in the Constructors' Championship. So we're really hoping for that. Ooh, personal best Martin over there. Perfect gear ratios. You're loving all the handling. That's great. Our knowledge is capped out. Oh, shoot. It really is. Oh my god. That was really fast. Okay, well, let's bring you in here. We have a little bit of time to try a little bit more adjustments, I guess. Huh. We're at 97. I mean, how much more do we really need? It was great there. We could scooch a little bit more to the right, or maybe I want to scooch to the left of what was there before. Or sorry. We are to the left right now, so maybe we want to scooch a little to the right of what was there before. Bring that down a little. See what that does. Obviously, it'll tweak the speed balance a little. Great. Still great. Well, that might move a little. Okay, we'll try that. We might be able to squeeze out a little bit more. I guess it's worth a try. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. One more. Excuse me again. All right, everybody fill out your square on your bingo card. Ooh, breathing. That's nice. Okay. Okay, we went down because we went down on the arrow. So it was great. It was great. It's now good. So the excellent is somewhere to the right of where we are. It could be between these two greats. We'll try that. And yeah, we'll just send you out for the rest, and we'll just use whatever the best number is in the end. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Really trying to squeeze out the last little edges of performance here, if we can. That would be very lovely. That's the end of the racing session, but we should at least still get some more info. We got triple excellent on Porter by the end of it. What are we going to see? Is it going to be a 99 again? I wonder, it might be possible to triple excellent in like a 98 as well. Could be the mythical 100. It might depend a little bit on how they do the rounding. There's a lot of rounding down. It's basically impossible to hit the 100%. Okay. So, we're going to assume... Okay, there's no rain yet, but we're going to assume that rain is definitely a thing. And again, the 15% increase on soft tires doesn't matter too much. So I will take the Pit Stop Guru and the Race Trim. That's going to be best over there. And I think it's going to be the same thing here. We'll take Pit Stop Legend and Race Trim, and that's going to be A-okay. Double check. It is 99. We'll definitely start on the softest tires. Because first of all, for like the stint length, well... Okay, what is the position of my two drivers? 7th and 1st. Ooh, wow. But here's the thing, you might not have to fight for position too much. I'm wondering about sticking you on mediums. Just to line up a little bit better with the fuel load. The big question is, when is it going to start raining? Okay, since we don't know, like, for all we know, the rain could be very late in the race. We have to assume that it's probably going to be fairly dry. I could drop one lap of fuel, but the thing is, I might still want to go on mediums for all this. For the first stint. 10 laps. And again, with the performance band on the lowest end for these, it could just be 7 laps, which is basically the limit of our knowledge and might not be far enough. I think I have to go to mediums. If we start to see rain, we can just push the mediums like crazy. I think I'm going to go mediums. And yeah, we'll cut down on 1 lap of fuel over there for you. And over here, how did we do? We did get up to 96, so that's good. Now you have really good performance. You actually have a little bit better. You're going to start on the softs there, Martin. I'm also going to cut down a lap of fuel by 1. But most likely, what we'll do is we'll run Max harder. All of his fuel... Well, the thing is, this is going to last about the same. They're both kind of the same tire-wise. In fact, if anything, we probably want to bring Jesper in first. Okay, change of plans. Let's max out Porter's fuel and plan for maybe a slightly longer stint. Because, yeah, his softs are only 8 to 10 as opposed to 10 to 12 for Jesper. That's crazy, the difference. All right, we'll do that. Hang on. How long is it? Yeah, so this is still longer than Martin's soft. So, yeah, we'll give you a full tank and cut down 1 lap on Martin for the fuel, and we're going to plan on having Martin pit first. Despite the fact that he's lower down in the order, he's just he's so much better on his tires that we can run the softs. He's still going to end up with a shorter stint, despite being better on his tires, because we're putting on the softer ones. In fact, the mediums are just overkill with him, is part of it. So this should turn out pretty well. In fact, he should be able to make up a lot of places. Fingers crossed. Also, fingers crossed that Porter gets a really good start off the line, because that's going to make it a lot easier to keep position. Martin over here, keep an eye on both of them. And go. Oh, looks like Porter had a really good start. Martin may have, and then got caught up a little bit. And a lot of people, I think, just had really bad starts in there. We'll build up a little bit more distance with Martin, or with Porter. We still want to pit him second. We'll run on double red for now, because everyone is. Although, honestly, oh my god, yeah, he's just taken off like a rocket. I might just go ahead and drop you to a double orange for now. Because you can probably save a little bit more going forward. Martin is fighting. He's up to 6th from 7th. That's very good. He's PBing laps. I mean, isn't everyone PBing on the first one? Yeah, I was going to say, no one's got anything put in yet. Fighting for 5th. It looks... Oh, cuts the corner a little bit, but it gave him a little bit of an edge. A little bit. Various fastest laps are going to change pretty quickly. Martin's up in 5th. There was some bad braking there by whoever he's dueling with in 6th place over here. Still haven't won that conclusively yet, but we're trying. That's the gap. Yeah, you're 1.7 seconds between you and Gerard there, Porter. So I think the double orange is still going to be quite nice. The temperatures being as cool as they are is making it easy to run the mediums on orange. They may never overheat, actually. Especially since the middle compound is an actual medium here. And that does make a difference. So yeah, there's only 2 things in which the name of the compound actually matters. That's the temperature range they're comfortable in, as well as their cliff. Otherwise, it's just a question of fastest, middlest, and hardest compound for this race. That's where all the numbers come in. Martin now up to 4th place, continuing to push hard. Temperatures are getting a little higher, but we're going to be okay. We'll probably want to drop down to orange. Actually, maybe now. I'm going to do that. And we're going to have to drop down on engine mode unless we want to pit 2 laps earlier. Okay, still no rain detected. I'm happy I didn't go super short stint on both. Hudson doing well in the last 2. Dropping down to orange I think is going to be okay. And yeah, it's more than the lap difference in fuel. Which feels, weird, but doesn't actually matter. Although, what if we just push Porter to 2 laps up? If we throw him down to medium, he's still building his gap, 2.2 seconds. If we throw him down to medium over here, we might be able to get a 2-lap differential between Martin and Porter. Porter could really just push further and be in a better position to go for softs on a final stint. I like it. Martin working hard for a pass over here. In fact, let's go ahead and give him the double reds here. Get him up into 2nd place. Very close. Going to come down a lot to this corner. Technically in 2nd place, but not holding it yet. On the outside on these 2, but there you go. Nice. Okay, let's drop this both down to the orange. Okay. We're going to keep you on the orange for the fuel. I think we're going to go down to the yellow for the tire here. Yeah, no matter what, right now, you're basically pitting 2 laps before Porter. So we may as well, you know, commit to that, get a little bit more of a gap over there as well. Stretch out the tire, because we don't want to hit that bottom-most performance band if we can avoid it. So, actually, if we switch to yellow, we have exactly 5 laps of fuel going on here, which is kind of nice. I might want to run you on low for a little bit. See if we can push you to the next level to go for exactly, you know, 7 laps, really, in a sense, on these tires. We'll bring this down to yellow. Yeah, actually, I don't know if we've got 7 laps left in this tire. I mean, we don't have to worry about a cliff on the medium until 0%, but we're still going to have that bottom band. Now, it's not as bad on the mediums as the softs. I think it's 3 seconds delay per lap as opposed to 5. But it's still something. It is weird to be, like, thinking about going a little slower here, but I kind of want to push the stint as long as possible so that we have the most information possible. Now, Martin might pass Porter, which I wouldn't be the end of the world. We're coming up over here. So yeah, actually, you're going to have basically one more lap on the blue, and you will have 6 laps worth of fuel. And in fact, what I'm going to do, go a little bit longer. Now you can go back to yellow, because you can always blue it up a little bit later. And if it turns out we have to pit a little earlier for the rain. Wow, okay, the heavy rain is not really coming in. 2-second gap for Maritson, and then 2.3 from Maritson to 3rd place, who's actually dueling over there. Holy cow. I can't believe how much we're crushing this race. It's definitely a time for us to move up in competition. Wait a minute. Is that the French flag? I know we're in Russia and it's similar colors, but the Russian bars are horizontal, right? Like, and yeah, and they're positioned differently. Because that was with white in the middle, which is the French one, right? Oh god. The flag... I'm just gonna go crazy with flags. Oh. I've doubted everything about reality at this point. Okay, we're gonna hit that band soon. In fact, most likely the tires are gonna degrade well before the fuel does here. Oh, there's the rain prediction. Okay, no. Stretch. I was gonna say, maybe we want to go a little further, but we sort of... Okay, conserve the tires. Since they are going to be the issue, I think we're still going to hit that bottommost band, although we should be able to avoid the cliff. Because on softs, it's going to be 10%. We might ride you all the way to the cliff here, just to try to get as close as possible to the rain. Because, I mean, we're going to be switching Martsons onto Inters. Now, it's less of an issue over here. Because we can go a little bit further. I don't know if we can go 2 laps further. We may want to conserve, but actually, temperature looks like it's going down on the yellow here, so I don't think we're going to go conserve. I'm a little bit worried that we're going to switch to Inters too soon with Maritson. But it doesn't make sense to pit early. We'd end up losing more time. It's better to have an inefficient lap on Inters. Now, so Inters, the maximum possible penalty is 10 seconds, but that's if you're, like... it is scaled. It does get lerped in the code. So we're and it depends on how far outside of the range you are. So we're almost certainly not going to get a 10-second penalty from those tires, or at least, hopefully, not for very long. Okay, let's make sure you can go another lap here. I think you can, but let's make sure to do this. Even if it means letting someone catch up a little bit, it's going to be okay. So yeah, pit entrance there. Now you're going to be totally fine. And you should get the proper rounding and everything like that. So we are going to pit on the next lap. I mean, we have to. We don't have the fuel. Do I do a super short stint? Oh, maybe I should have pitted this lane. Just set everything to double red. Push as much as we can. Oh my god. But you know what I mean, right? It's like, oof, that's tight. In hindsight, yeah, I would have kept Maritson on double red a lot longer and pitted maybe like a lap ago, and then another super stint on like double red, and then pitted again for this. But, I mean, we have to pit. We don't have the fuel. We've got no choice. I think I'm going to go to Inters as well. Or do we just do 4 laps? Yeah, maybe 4 or 3 laps on slicks. I mean, he's going to lose some time in the pit. That's going to bring it a little closer. I think I'm going to go to Inters. May as well keep going fast. Seems to be the best strategy. Even though apparently they had nerfed it at some point, but it seems much stronger than the alternative. Meanwhile, you're sticking on double yellow. In fact, you kind of have to go up to orange to keep the temperature up. Although, your temp might be okay for a little longer. Just wait here, and then fuel's going to be okay, because you're going to go by. Yeah, you've got 2 laps left of that. That's going to be alright. Alright, and I did hit the pit button. Martin's going to come out on inters off. It's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. Oh, someone else is pitting in front of us. Lots of people are pitting. We're going to be the only ones coming out on inters. This is going to be a slow lap here. We're definitely going to go at least to neutral. I think we'll come out on high here. We'll have to babysit a little. Now, the question for Porter will be, does he come out on inters or does he go straight to wets? Luckily, we've got a little bit of time to figure that out. Stretching Porter, like Porter's duration here has been fantastic. It's going to be really good to get maximum information. Yeah, Martin's going to lose a few positions, not a surprise. Him being on inters is not going to be very good right now. But better than having to do a double. Okay, so you are going to have to pit. We're going to just switch to inters. Don't think we'll get the... we might be able to get a roundup if we finish this on low. 13th place, yeah, he's running really slowly here. I don't know. Like, maybe it was a mistake. Well, I mean, with perfect knowledge, if we knew when it was coming, then what we would have done is we would have just run super aggressively for 2 stints on the softest compound, and before switching to inters or wets. Multiple overtakes, but people are pitting. But they're pitting for the wrong tires, most likely. Because I don't think the AI looks ahead too much. Oh, no, that's not true. Bunch of inters. Never mind. They do look ahead a little bit, apparently. And we're coming in now. We've got that set up. That's good. Low fuel, but you're going to be fine. We'll just switch you up to medium for after this. And yeah, push, push, push. Okay, it is still looking like it's going to get wetter. I'm going to bring you up to a push range over here at Martin. Because actually, these tires are going to last longer than the fuel, I think. Losing a little position. Oh, that's a 3.4 second mistake. But still, we only lost a little bit more than the advantage in pit. All right, the rain is finally starting to come down a little, and we're going to lose our inter performance loss. But we did go through 75% of the tire already. Yeah, that was really unfortunate for Martin. If we'd started him on mediums, we wouldn't be in this situation. But we did, and we are. You can probably run on high engine mode here. Especially since you're being challenged a little by Fawcett, who's on slicks. Because the thing is, we don't have as much of a performance problem here, but we're still outside of the slick band. Part of it depends on our driver's adaptability, of course. See, now we're throwing up plumes of water, so that's going to be a bit stronger. But yeah, if we get up to about like maybe the T or something like that, then I think we're going to eliminate most, if not all, of our penalty. And look at this, we're starting to pull ahead, and they're starting to pull behind because... Pull behind? I don't know. Because they're on the wrong tires. But Martin has a lot of work to do here. Luckily, everyone in front of him are on the wrong... They've pitted onto the wrong tires. They're definitely going to be forced to pit again. And inters are definitely correct because the rain is going to stop and slow down again. All right. So I think Martin will have some opportunity for some catch-up over here. Let me bring the tire wear down to neutral. The temperature is going to drop again, but it's going to be okay. And then we can drop you down to neutral here. We want to make sure it lasts an appropriate amount. There's no indication right now that we're going to move off of the inters. I mean, we'll need one more stop. But we'll try to stretch it out as long as possible in case it turns out we can do a nice switch to slicks at some point. Although Martin is going to be pitting first, so almost certainly he's going to be switching back to intermediates. Unless something really crazy happens. But yeah, we're about 50% on the tire. We may as well push the engine a little bit. Going to be okay, and then some more passing there. But again, we're passing people on slicks. Now they're definitely getting the drop-off. And on slicks, it's up to a 20-second penalty for having the wrong type of tire. Same thing as wets. Wets also have a maximum of up to 20-second penalty. The intermediates, you know, it's a lot easier to fit, and it's only a 10% penalty, so, or 10-second penalty. It's not too shabby. We got Porter's got an 8-second lead going on right now. And let's take a look at who counts. Santa Ana and Janzotir over here. Santa Ana just, yeah, even further behind. Those are the ones that we want to beat conclusively. We want to have a good race while they have a poor race, and that is certainly building up. Neither one of them are on wets, right? Oh, no, Jans is on inters. Same percentage as us, you know. So we've been managing the tires pretty well with Martin, who's continuing to pass, and that's going to continue to happen over and over and over, and he's back in second finally, and it's only going to gain because these people are still on terribly incorrect tires. But I guess they're just like, yeah, they're bad tires, but I don't want to pit again. But I think they should, because I think they're losing way more time. I mean, if they're getting the full 20-second per lap penalty from being on slicks in the rain, although I think that would only happen at 100%, but they're probably getting 10%, 10-second per lap penalty. Well, 2 laps, that pays for a pit stop. Like, come on. Okay, 11 laps remaining. We'll definitely have to pit for fuel. And we'll change for tires as well. I mean, I guess we'd probably have to pit for tires, but if it wasn't for the temperature band, we might be able to push the tires to the end with a backup if we'd started sooner, but that's certainly not the plan. All right, we'll go up to speed 4 for a bit. Martin is in second, and a big... Oh, Jans came up a lot. Yeah, well, everyone else at the pit, and he was already on intermediate, so that made sense. So that's unfortunate for me. But we've got the 9-second gap, which is good. So they're going to earn some points from that, depending on how it goes. You're good. The fuel's good. Yeah, we're going to finish this entire race on intermediates. Because it's going to pick... The rain's going to pick up. So the rain's going to fall off. The track's going to start to dry up. But then before it dries enough for the slicks to be worthwhile for the last few laps, it's going to come back. And even then, it's not long enough for it to really have mattered one way or the other. Pit entrance is over here. We're actually going to be perfect on the fuel for Martin for this. It's going to work out beautifully. We might want to yellow just like, you know, the second half of the second lap. Or actually, if I go ahead and yellow now, we should be able to round up our fuel usage, which is nice. Meanwhile, Porter, I'm going to take a look at his fuel as he comes through here. Yeah, this is going to work out well. He's going to have about 0.1 laps of fuel when he comes in. So again, we might yellow him a little bit just to be able to get the roundup. The temperature is dropping. We'll go ahead and go to attack here. Not that it really matters because we're going to switch soon. Temperature is still dropping over there. Let me put you back up to push for a sec. And let's plan the pit with Martin. So, 7 laps remaining after this. We're going to go ahead and do this. If we get 8, which is the hope, that means we can run aggressively. If for some reason we don't get the rounding, we can still finish in the end. We're going to go to intermediates, part condition, everything is okay, and we will try fast. Like that's 9 seconds. Yeah, we don't have to put a lot of fuel in there, so that's going to make a big difference. And with such a small pit stop, I mean, we've got a 9-second gap to Jans. So assuming there's no mistakes, we actually should still come out in second place, which is kind of insane. May as well attack on this tire. See if we can get just another tiny little scooch of time here. No. Oh, wait, hold on. It's not 9 seconds in the pit. We got to think about all the time that we're in the pit lane, too. Come out on push and on high. Yeah, that's going to be lovely. Excellent. Max Porter, you're going to keep going for a little bit more, because I don't think we're hitting the lowest band, because intermediate have a pretty long duration. And get through there, that's going to be fine. Let me have you finish on yellow, just to make sure we can do the roundup. And over here, 5 laps. So this will hopefully round up to 6. Although there's so little race left, it's not really a big deal if it doesn't. But I'll go and put you on blue for a sec, just to try to increase the chance that we get the rounding in our favor. Artson is in 5th, but he's got nice fresh tires. He should be racing pretty well. Hopefully he can get himself back up. I think he will just fine. Low fuel over here. You're going to stay on orange, but you're going to pop out on actually orange fuel mode. Double orange. Thump, 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 thump. And I think the people in front of Martin, yeah, they haven't pitted yet. So we're done our pits, and yeah, so we're definitely like first and second. I mean, come on. Fuel is about the same, which makes sense. Porter still came out in first place, and still has a 16-second gap over Martin. What a maniac is Max Porter. There you go. Everyone's come in for the pits, but now we're going to find ourselves. See, Martin's got a 7-second gap in front. Well, actually, 8-second gap in front of Banana. Santa Ana's here. Jans is way down there. Okay. That feels really good. Keep an eye on Porter here. We'll double check our math. There we go. Water's coming back up. With the last lap, we would have wanted to be on wets, but the intermediates will be fine. It's not like anyone else is going to be on wets, and even if they were, it's not like they'd be able to catch us anyway. So we're going to do some math at the start-finish line to verify. It looks like on orange, the temps do go up, actually, which is interesting. It was a little drier, so that would be maybe part of it, but we'll see. Okay, let me just reset here. 3 laps remaining is correct. That's going to be fine. In fact, we could do 1 lap on red, assuming our engine modes are fine, which they should be, because we actually haven't, gone crazy with the redness. So you now have 3 laps left. Everything is looking wonderful over there. And yeah, we're just going to run a tire in yellow for a bit just to cool it down. Although at this point, the tires have so much life, we might be able to just do nothing but red for the next 3 laps, max out the temperature, and still have tire left over. But, I mean, I'd say we're doing pretty okay. We're down 10 seconds ahead of Banana Man. And increasing slightly. He's pushing his tires a lot, which is interesting. Oh, wait. Oh, a few of these effed up their pit stops as well. Actually, that's bad for me, because these guys are potentially going to have to pit one more time, which will bring Jans up in the standings. So hopefully they just, they just grit their teeth and push through with nearly bald tires. Oh, now 2 of them are pitting. I mean, there's not much of the race left, but yeah. All right, I think at the very least we can finish on push. At the very least we can finish on push. Not that it matters. There's nothing we can really do at this point. We're going to come in first and second. Man, I should have gone for the bigger sponsorship. I didn't know it would go this well, you guys. My God. I have more faith in my cars and my drivers. Final lap remaining. Yeah, you can even finish on reds. Oh, we might be able to... You know what? Maybe we can get a fastest lap. Same thing here. I think you can finish on double red. Maybe we can fastest lap for the final lap. Gotta watch Martin and be a little bit more worried about how much fuel he's got left. I think it's gonna be okay. Although, hold on, the fastest laps were probably in the dry. Let me just bring these down just to make sure I didn't screw up anything with my fuel numbers. But yeah, that's probably it. Oh, people are running out of fuel. People are locking up. We got some really busted up tires too. Jans is sitting in 4th. I'm a driving genius, says the guy who finished in 1st. You're welcome. And 2nd. That is our first P1, P2 finish of the season. Jans is going to bank a fair amount of points. Santa Ana actually finishes outside of the points by a fair bit. She may have run out of fuel as well. Jans is going to get banked some, but not that much. I don't know if mathematically we are guaranteed to win the team championship, but I feel like we're in pretty good shape. Martin had already locked in his 1st place finish for the season, so it's really nice that Porter gets the most amount of points over here, because he's going to go up the drivers' championships ranking a lot. And considering he came in, I was going to say mid-season, it was more like 2/3 season, wasn't it? He's going to finish really, really well in the standings after all those things. I guess there's still a chance Jans might have an illegal part, which would do great things for us. No, there's the fastest lap way down here. Bronlick did one of those a long time ago. Is Ozu the team that actually descended from the top league? Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so... Oh, -1. Wait, is this not the position change from the start of the race? How could you go down by 1? You're in... What? No, this must mean... I mean, no, this is not a team championship thing. This is positional changes. How can he have lost a place? He ended in 1st. He started in 1st, yeah, but I'm super confused. Okay. There you go. 1 and 2 finish. That is beautiful to see. Yeah, Max Porter going up 4th overall. And he's only 4 points behind Engelhart. I actually kind of expect we might be able to pass him by the end of this, which is amazing. Amazing. And then over here, 101 point gap. So next race, yeah, so mathematically we have won the Constructors' Championship now, because if they come in 1st and 2nd and get a fastest lap, it's still not enough to close the gap. So we are donezo. Wow. I mean, a 1-2 finish really went a long way. And the fact that Santa Ana didn't end up in the points, and Jans didn't even finish 3rd place. And even if she had, it wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough. Get some more stats over here on Martin. Looking good, looking good. I mean, they were on form as well. Bam, bam, bam. Awesome. Oh, yeah, that's not our competition. This is our competition here. So we're getting a news update about the fact that we have locked in the championship. An interview request. I will accept this. Your two drivers are fighting away at the front there. Any thoughts about giving team orders? Team orders are cowardly. I want my drivers to race. Thought about it. Makes for better TV when they're racing. I mean, both of these kind of sound like good, like, team marketing kind of thing. I regret not doing it. Could have saved a few heart attacks. I didn't want to say they're cowardly, but no, it's better for TV when they're racing. Looks like that did nothing. I don't think anything would have done anything meaningfully, but it is interesting there. Maybe the bottommost one would have been a marketing thing. Maybe the top one would have set the chairman or something. That is entirely possible. Wow, there's some. No, I'm not hiring someone with 77. That's for sure. And actually, an 80 is too low. These guys could do it if they had decent stuff. You don't. You're good at fixing, and the rear jack is okay. But no, I'm gonna say no to all of you. Absolutely. And then. This stuff. Well, all right. So this is the tire and fixing. Not that we really care too much about the fixing. Actually, let me do the back first, because the refueling's considerably more important. 74, yeah, it's pretty low. So we want good tire, good refueling. So it seems like maybe this guy. And over here too. And actually, refueling might be the more important part of that equation. So let's grab you. And I gotta sneeze again. What's going on today? Excuse me. Rear jack. There you go. We got a 14 there. Front jack. 11, but you're way too tired. Here's an 11 that's not too tired. Oops, that's not actually how I meant to do it. But tires and fixing. Again, we don't really care about the fixing, so it's mostly about the tires. We got a 13 there. And O'Donnell. We want someone who's not too tired. Right over here. Not too tired to work the tires. Done and done. Working on that extra illegal part. Our repairs, which is fine because we're not doing any real work here other than boosting some performance. I mean, we're doing this brake, but it doesn't actually matter because we're not actually using it. We're just looking to boost performance of our top level illegal parts so that we can carry that over as much as possible. It's going to be done just after the race. We will be throwing in one extra part over there. So I don't think it's going to be capped out before the race, but it should be still a pretty good carryover, assuming that's how it works in the new league. We don't really know. And it's going to be a shame that our awesome engines aren't really going to do anything for us because they're a spec part in the next league. I mean, maybe we can get that inverted, like reverse, because we have a good designer for it, but I don't think there's much point in doing that. It would just be like more expenses that I don't think we can really do. There's the brake build is done, so I'm not designing another part. I am going to throw this brake in here to try to squeeze out some extra performance for the next season. 28 days after the race, hopefully that's going to be good enough. We still have things in the queue. No, we don't actually. Let's sort by racing series. First, let's look at anyone who is not employed. Okay, and then let's look at the Asia Pacific, because that's the league we're about to enter. We'll queue some of these bad boys up. The ERS. Some of these may not even... yeah, I guess everyone here is someone who can technically race in a single seater, so there you go. We'll fling some of those down there. All right, one more race to go, but I think mathematically we're locked in. Boop, boop, boop. Saw some mail about the team championship. Team championship target upgrade. Reminder, currently first place, better than original target. Pre-race gossip. I got some gossip for you. I'm going to win this freaking thing. Folks, we're going to put a cut in here. We're going to come back next episode. We're going to finish things off with Vancouver, and we're going to see, theoretically, we're going to get promoted, right? Right? Hopefully, right? Hopefully. Watch it be like, oh, you got to spend 10 million pounds to be promoted. What? That would be heartbreaking. Folks, we're going to put a cut in here. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.